What's up, everybody? Coming to you with another gear review. This is one of a piece of kit that was sent to me for review. I actually asked them to send it to me because I was super interested in it, and I was really kind of curious how well they were able to execute this chest rig. So it's nothing. The pouches are not it. The pouches are subject to change. It is the Parashooter Gear Pathfinder, and this one in particular is the 7 cell. So you can see that 3 here, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me actually I'll just dump one over here. So you can see it's the 7 cell, and then I'll move one over here. So yeah, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What I really like about this kit is how well it hugs the body. I don't know if you can see. Let me try and get that. It's just mags next to you. Everything else is built on top of it. I really like that. I've used other rigs in the past that they mount all the mags on the outside of the rig. Anything that you put behind it stands off from you. The way that it's designed rides really close to your body, and that's what I really like about it. I'll put it on in just a second so you can kind of see it. But the materials and craftsmanship is also extremely good. So it's like an ultra comp laminate material that they cut it out of. I don't know the specific materials, and it's also elastic. So each mag cell is elastic. I was kind of concerned about re-indexing. Re-indexing isn't a huge concern for me. I'll stuff it down in a field top or in a cargo pocket or something like that if I need to, but it is able to be done. So you saw me take that mag out. I'm just going to slip it right back in. It's pretty easy to do. The cells actually retain their shape pretty good, even with pouches on top. So it is MOLLE all across the front. You can add whatever pouches you want to. Fun fact is, if you have, hopefully you can pull that out so you can see it. If you have a pouch that you want to run and you're 1 column shy, the attachment points for the swift clips are actually just right to run that MOLLE column through there. So I was able to push that pouch to the far side, and that opens up 2 rows or 2 columns of MOLLE there that I can put a pouch on. My intent is to put my radio pouch there and a smoke grenade pouch here. And then the Justas will be switched to something else. I'm not really a big fan of those. I may talk more on that later if anyone's curious, because it's just more about personal opinion. So before I put it on the back, let me move these straps around. The back does have a nice big Velcro field here. They do include a blank or a block out for that field, so you can pull it up. You can put your danglers. You could stack more mags behind there if you wanted to. You could run like a sandwich pouch for documents if you chose to. There's nothing on these, so you only have the Velcro here. So if you're intent on layering mags behind or something like that, it's not going to happen. Not designed that way, and that's perfectly fine for me. The bottoms, hopefully I can show you. The bottoms of the mag cells, you can actually run MOLLE pouches through if you want to do like a single column like I did with these tourniquets. You could run pistol mags, tourniquets, whatever you really needed to on those if you so chose. I like having the tourniquets down there on this particular rig style because it keeps them out of the way. So when it's on with the pouch on top of it, the Velcro is pretty well protected, and I can just pull them out if I needed them. So the only other thing they sent me, and actually I think I've got my spare ones on the front. Let me show them to you. Yes, okay. So they sent me these elastic extenders for the swift clips. I was really interested to see, because a lot of people are going to waist straps in the back waist straps that have elastic to them to allow for breathability. They sell a kit. I want to say it's a 3-piece kit. They sent me 3. I think it's a 3-piece kit that you can buy as opposed to singles. And what that does is I have it on the waist strap currently, and it allows for flex. So the way I set this up is in just a plain t-shirt. The rig rides really close to my body, and then if I add a field shirt or layers or a plate carrier or something under it, this will flex to fit, so I'm not having to constantly readjust the straps, as well as if I'm breathing really heavy in the hot summer or something like that. If I've really been moving with the ruck on, it allows for a lot more breathability. The rig will actually move with me. What's interesting and what I like about it is this elastic they use is not so pliable that when I go prone, even with a heavy rig, it's not swaying really far off my body, which was a concern that I've experienced with elastic cummerbunds on plate carriers and stuff in the past, where when you go prone, the plates would actually like separate from your body and then slap back into you, and it causes a bunch of shifting. I at one point before I switched to multicam straps, because I'm going to multicam pouches, was using the other two on the actual shoulder strap harness as opposed to the waist strap. So I was running one on each side and one on the bottom, and it was so comfortable. It's unreal. It's still really comfortable without them, but I haven't messed with putting them on there just yet, because there's a chance that this will all change. Because y'all know me, I'm always tinkering with stuff and changing stuff up. So there's a chance that will change. I'll go ahead and throw the rig on. Again, this obviously isn't a completely built out rig. There's columns of moly that aren't used, but you can kind of get an idea. So let me go ahead and throw it on. And you can see I run the rig pretty low. I don't run it really high up on my chest. I prefer my chest rigs this way as more of a mid-ride rig. So I'll back up a little bit. You can see it doesn't ride super high on my chest. That's a product of the way I have it set up, as well as the design of the rig. I like them to run lower. That way I can actually access my pouches. So if I needed to access the GP pouch, I can open it up and actually look into it to see what I'm getting. When they're super high up, I feel like you get really blocked and it's really hard to see what's actually in the pouch. Also, because of how my anatomy is, I've got a really wide chest, broad shoulders, and I taper. This keeps bulky pouches a little bit more lower profile underneath my arms. So I don't have, I'm not walking around like a Michelin man all the time. So that's just a personal thing. You can run it however you want, but I want you to look at how well this rides to the body. And then if I pull on it, it's got just enough play from that elastic strap that I can get some breathability, but it's not so much that every time I bend, it flops off of me and runs off of me, and it still rides really close to the body. So all in all, what do I think with the Pathfinder rig? I think it's a great rig. I think if you have a need for a 7-cell rig, they have different sizes, 5s and 3s and 4s. I think if you have a need for a rig that you're planning on potentially throwing over body armor, or you want to have a decent base that you build off of, as opposed to a sewn rig, it's really hard to go with anything other than this. I'm eyeing the Teardown Systems split rig to try for more of a battle vest top build. That may happen in the near future, but as it stands for a non-split front rig, this is probably the best one that I've used to date. I can run 7, I can run 3, I can run 4. I can really tailor my mag count to my needs without it adding or reducing the bulk. I don't, have a pouch sitting there that's empty because I didn't need the mags. Everything's really nice and form-fitting to the body, and all in all, it's a great piece of kit. If it hadn't been sent to me, I still would have bought one. It would have just been down the road, and I would be super happy with my purchase. So yeah, all in all, guys, go check it out. Parashooter Gear, y'all are rocking it with the chest rig. As always, take it easy, stay safe.